morning, everyone. It's Jeff from New York, and today we're going to do something a little bit different. Before we leave Las Vegas and Atlantic City, I wanted to share with you my casino chip collection. That's right, I collect casino chips from around the world. Obviously, I have chips from Vegas and Atlantic City, but there's chips also from Europe, from island nations, from cruise ships. I want to show them all to you today. There's brand new casinos, there's casinos that have been out of business for years. And of course, every chip has its own history, and while the video runs a little long, I'm simply going to show you the chip and tell you where it comes from, not pretty much go into its history, because that would take forever. So come on, hunker down. Like I said, it's a kind of long video. Get a nice warm tea with lemon, take care of yourselves, and enjoy Jeff's casino chips from around the world. And don't forget to look for Mitzi, the rubber ducky showgirl, who actually does make an appearance on this video. Be the first to spot her. Let me know where she was, and you do get a shout out on an up. We have Atlantic City casinos, and the first one is from the Golden Nugget. Some of these chips will come out a little blurry because I'm doing extreme close-ups here, and my camera doesn't really like doing extreme close-ups, so maybe someday I'll get one that does. The now defunct Taj Mahal, which is now the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino. Here we have a chip from the Atlantic City Tropicana. I like when the chips have two different faces. This casino chip is from the Atlantic City Sands, no longer around as well. This chip is from the brand spanking new Ocean Resort Casino, which just opened about a year and a half ago. We did a video on that place. Actually, there's a video on just about all these places that are still in business. This used to be the old Revell. I shouldn't say old because Revell was only a few years old before it went defunct. Here's another one from the Tropicana. I do show you ones that are from the same places if the chips are indeed different. And here we have the Hard Rock, another pretty much brand spanking new casino on the north end of the boardwalk. Used to be the old Taj Mahal. Here's one from Caesars, or Caesars Palace. They've been around a while. One from a little off the boardwalk, the Borgata, which has little gold sparklies in it, just like the building itself. So as I explained in the video, there's really two Bally's. One is the Hotel and Casino, and the other one is Bally's Wild West Casino, which is just a casino. This chip is from the Wild West Casino. I also have the other Bally's as well. And here we have the infamous Revell Chip. The Revell was the tallest building in New Jersey at the time it was built. It was only open for 2 or 3 years, declared bankruptcy several times, and finally went out of business, and several years later became the Ocean's Resorts and Casinos. In Atlantic City, Hilton Chip. The Hilton is still around. It's only a hotel now. It's no longer a casino, but it was the hotel casino at the most southern end of the boardwalk at one time. Now again, it's just a hotel. Here's a chip from the Resorts Casino. Resorts has been around like Caesars for a long time here on the Atlantic City boardwalk. I think this chip was around when Merv Griffin was the owner. Just a short trip off the boardwalk to the Bayside, you'll get to the Golden Nugget Hotel and Casino. Here's a chip from the old Boardwalk Regency Casino. Here's a chip from Trump Castle, which is on the Bayside. It is now the Golden Nugget, which I just showed you. The place opened up as Trump Castle, then became Trump Marina, and is now the Golden Nugget. Another chip from the Hilton Casino when the Hilton actually had a casino. And here we have a chip from the Atlantis Casino and Hotel, a very short-lived casino. Prior it was the Playboy Casino, and after Atlantis went out of business after just 1 year, Trump bought it and became Trump Plaza. And here we have a chip from the Showboat Casino, which is no longer around. The Showboat Hotel is still open. It's very creepy. Check that video out. But this is a chip from when they used to have a casino. And again, on Bayside, it used to be known as Trump Castle, then it became Trump Marina, and now it's the Golden Nugget. Another casino that came and went in the blink of an eye, the old Atlantic City Park Place Casino. Park Place being the second most expensive piece of property on the Monopoly board. Do you know the most expensive piece of property? Leave a comment below. Some of the older chips in my collection, especially the Atlantic City and Las Vegas ones, are actually metal coins on the inside surrounded by the hotel and casino's name on the outside. Here's an old Claridge Casino chip from the Hi-Ho Casino. That's what they called their casino. The Claridge, I think, is still around, but it no longer has a casino. One of my favorite chips, the old Playboy Casino. And yes, the cocktail waitresses were dressed up as bunnies with ears and all. And a casino chip from Harrah's Marina, Harrah's being the most covered casino in my video series. I covered the one here in Atlantic City, the one in Las Vegas, and the one in New Orleans, so make sure you check all those videos out. And if you visit Harrah's enough times in that many locations, they're going to give you a big old brass key to the hotel, which weighs about half a pound and is not practical at all. And now we're going to move on to the Las Vegas casino chips of some current casinos and some long-lost friends. First up, the brand new Sahara, which just replaced the old SLS Hotel and Casino. One of my favorite MGM properties in town, the Mirage. By the way, are you digging the funky music? I didn't think so, but hey, it's copyright free and it didn't cost me anything. Mandalay Bay, another MGM property and the most southern on the Las Vegas Strip. Perhaps one of the best pools on the Strip. Check that video out. The Cosmopolitan, or the Cosmo, known for being one of the only hotels on the Strip with balconies for wonderful views of the Strip and the Bellagio fountains next door. And here we have a chip from the Mgm Grand Casino. It used to be the largest hotel in the world until that title was taken away from it from its competitors up the street, the Palazzo and the Venetian. Soon after, the Palazzo and Venetian took second place to an even larger hotel, I believe somewhere in the Far East. Here we have a chip from the Hard Rock, which was right off the Strip and recently closed. By the way, a quick tip, it's not a law, but casinos like to get together and make their chips all the same colors with regards to denomination. Here's a chip from the TI, or what used to be known as Treasure Island. So it's not a rule, and there are definitely some exceptions, but white or blue chips are usually $1, red chips are $5 and are called nickels, green chips are $25 and are usually called quarters, black chips are $100, purple chips are $500 and called Barneys, and orange chips are $1,000 and called pumpkins. This chip is from Bally's, smack dab in the middle of the Strip. Here we have a chip from the Bellagio, known for its dancing fountains, and as you can see, it is blue and white, which is what dollar chips usually are. See what I mean? A few years ago, a Strip casino decided to make their dollar chips black, which concerned all the other casinos because all of their $100 chips are black, and they could be easily confused by dealers, pit bosses, and surveillance cameras. Here's our first chip from downtown, the Fremont Street area. It's from the California Hotel and Casino. By the way, the casino that made those black dollar chips quickly realized their error and went back to blue and or white dollar chips right away. Here's a chip from the Win and the Encore, same owner, they use the same chips. By the way, it's my understanding that the Win and Encore have some kind of chip or signaling device in most of their chips so that they know where their chips are at all times and who is gambling how much and where they're gambling. So your activity is being tracked many different ways, my friends. A chip from the Cromwell Casino. Also, did you know that the minimum bet signs match the color of the chips that they're meant for? Red sign, $5 minimum. Green sign, $25 minimum. Black sign, $100 minimum. If I see a purple or orange sign, I've obviously made a wrong turn and am not where I'm supposed to be. Here's a chip from the Link, a quirky hotel and casino if you ask me. It's very popular, it's small, and best known for its promenade outside. I have a video on the Link and its promenade, you should check them out. Here's a chip from the SLS, now the Sahara Hotel and Casino. I like the SLS because they had rubber duckies everywhere, including the pool area, decals on the door. They just loved rubber duckies. I was in Sahara recently and they kept them, so I hope they do keep them as part of their theme. Another chip from downtown, from the Fremont Street area. It's the Main Street Hotel and Casino. I was kicked out of there. I was busted for videotaping in their casino. Knowing I got what I came for, I acted dumb and politely left. By the way, acting dumb, not something I find that difficult. Another hotel and casino in the downtown area, right at the bottom of Fremont Street, the Plaza Hotel and Casino, and I've learned recently that downtown is known for its steaks, more so than the Las Vegas Strip. If you want a good steak, you need to go downtown, and from what I understand, the Plaza has one of the best steakhouses. A chip from the D. If you want to check out the D, check out the video. This music is reminding me of Frankie Avalon and Annette Funicello, and if you don't know who they are, I could probably be your grandfather. Also downtown, Binion's, one of the oldest hotel and casinos in Las Vegas. This is pretty much ground zero from where the city began. And here we have a very dark blue Park MGM chip. A chip from the Palms, a little bit west of the Strip. The Aria Dollar chip. Another chip from the Bellagio. I know I had one a little while ago, but this one's a little bit different. Here we have a 4 Queens chip with a metal insert like a coin on the inside, and as you can see it's not blue or white, so it doesn't follow that blue or white dollar chip rule that I was talking about, but then again I said there are some exceptions. A Planet Hollywood chip. And again, the reason the casinos use different colored chips is to make it easy for the dealers, pit bosses, and surveillance workers to determine how much a player is betting. The exception, of course, is the roulette table. And here we have a Luxor chip, the Luxor being that pyramid-shaped building on the southern end of the Strip. Here we have an older 4 Queens casino chip. The 4 Queens was named after the owner's 4 daughters. An older golden nugget chip. And here we have a win or an encore chip. I know I showed it to you earlier, but if you thought that was the win one earlier, then this is the encore. If you thought the encore one was earlier, then this is the win. I can show it twice. It's my channel. A chip from the Orleans, just west of the Strip. And here you go, folks. Now we're talking the New York chip. Here's a chip from the Golden Gate down on Fremont Street downtown. And a chip from the Gold Coast, not to be confused with the Golden Gate. Here we have a chip from the El Cortez, a downtown, very old hotel and casino that has a cult-like following. And a chip from the Strat, formerly known as the Stratosphere, the hotel and casino at the very northern tip of the Las Vegas Strip. The Caesar's Palace dollar chip. And another chip from the Mirage, one of my favorite MGM properties, known for its logo with the multicolored palm trees. The Excalibur dollar chip. And here we have a chip from the Tropicana, right across the street from the Excalibur. And here we have a Hooters Hotel and Casino chip. Hooters is no longer around. It was right next door to the Tropicana. It's now an Oyo Hotel and Casino. There is a Hooters restaurant still inside. They might move to the Strip, I'm not sure. But Hooters restaurants are of course known for their Hooters girls, which of course are known for their buffalo wings. Yeah, that's it, their buffalo wings. And here we have a chip from the Oyo, which took over Hooters Hotel and Casino. And a chip from the Westgate. Did you ever have a convention in Las Vegas? If you did, well, chances are you stayed at the Westgate. It's a great hotel and casino. It's kind of off the Strip, but it's kind of on the Strip. It's in a weird location, except for the fact that it is right next door to the Las Vegas Convention Center. A chip from the Hotel Fremont, located on, you guessed it, Fremont Street, downtown Las Vegas. And a chip from the Flamingo Casino and Hotel, located on the Las Vegas Strip. I like this place. It's kind of like a party atmosphere. It's got a great pool, It's also got that place that you can walk through that has flamingos and beautiful gardens and koi fish, and it's a great place to go. Even if you're not staying there, you should stop by and visit the back of the hotel. And here we have a chip from the Grand Hotel and Casino. We did a Mgm Grand chip previously, but this one's much different. A dollar chip from the classy Venetian. And here we have a dollar chip from Casino Royale, a casino right on the strip without a hotel. And a chip from Harrah's, pretty much right next door to the Casino Royale. And previously you saw a chip from the Strat. This chip is from the Stratosphere, long before it became the Strat. A chip from the Paris Hotel and Casino. I visited the Eiffel Tower on the strip, and you should check that video out here on the New York channel. And a chip from Circus Circus, a MGM property not known for its luxury accommodations or wonderful restaurants, but if you're coming to Vegas, you want to see the strip, you got your family in tow with you, you got some kids, this might be the place for you. You can see Las Vegas pretty much on the cheap here. On the other end of the spectrum is the Palazzo, which is an all-suites hotel just like its sister hotel, the Venetian. Very plush, very beautiful. I managed to spend a week here at the Palazzo. Check that video out. You can do it on the cheap, well, somewhat cheap, it's all relative, but you can get a great price if you really shop around. And now we're going to move on to some long-lost hotels and casinos here on the Las Vegas Strip. First up, the Desert Inn Casino chip. Then we have the Castaways Casino. The Barbary Coast Casino. The Quad. The Aladdin. Now there's some history. The Sundance Hotel and Casino. The Mint. Some of these names sound very familiar, but they're long, long gone. The Monte Carlo. The Imperial Palace. The Horseshoe Club. The Showboat. Again, another legendary hotel and casino, the Stardust. You saw a Barbary Coast chip before, this one's completely different. The Silver Slipper Hotel and Casino. The Las Vegas Jolly Trolley Casino. And now we have some really old metal chips, if you will. This one's from the Riviera. The Circus Circus. By the way, these chips are very heavy. The Morocco Casino. The Webb Sahara Casino. The Flamingo. An old Caesar's Palace coin, perhaps around when Evel Knievel jumped over the fountains. Or at least tried to. The old Frontier Hotel and Casino downtown. The Mint Hotel and Casino. And finally, the Sands Hotel and Casino. And now we'll check out some island casinos. First, Aruba. This is the Crystal Casino. The Seaport Casino, Aruba. A roulette chip from the Excelsior Casino. The casino at the Radisson Aruba. A roulette chip from the Alhambra. And a regular casino chip from the Alhambra. The Key Largo Casino. No, not in Florida, but in Aruba. The Concord Hotel and Casino in Aruba. That's where I stayed. The Cool Casino in Aruba. They're all pretty cool if you ask me. The Americana Aruba. And now from San Juan, Puerto Rico, the Palace Casino, perhaps the ugliest chip in the collection. Sorry guys. The Carib Inn, San Juan, Puerto Rico. And the Carib Hilton, which is where I stayed when I was in San Juan. The Sands Casino, San Juan, Puerto Rico. The Contado Beach Hotel and Casino. And yes, there's a Ramada Casino in San Juan, Puerto Rico as well. This bumblebee colored chip is from the DuPont Plaza in San Juan, Puerto Rico. And finally from the islands, a Key West casino chip that, well, wait a second, there's no casinos in Florida, just dog races. I think this is a souvenir that just made it into my real casino chip collection. and some casino chips from states within my area here in the New York area, but this collection is probably going to be growing very quickly because, well, casinos are showing up in every state across this union. Here we have the Mount Airy chip from the Poconos in Pennsylvania. I believe this chip is from the Mohegan Sun. It doesn't say it, but I'm pretty sure that's where it's from, in Connecticut. And yes, another Harrah's chip. You saw the one from Atlantic City, you saw the one from Las Vegas, now the one from New Orleans. And should you visit the Harrah's in New Orleans, make sure you collect some swag like these fantastic New Orleans beads from the Harrah's Casino. And now we have some cruise line ship casinos. This is from the Carnival line, the Victory. Here's a chip from the casino on the Crown Princess. And the Sea Escape, a casino chip from the Sea Escape off of the coast of Florida. And a chip off the cruise line Destiny, which looks very much like the chip from the one from the Victory. A chip from the Celebrity Cruise Line Constellation. And finally, a chip from the cruise line Holland America. Whoops, I almost forgot finally a chip from the Norwegian Cruise Line Casino. Alrighty, let's take a quick trip to Europe before we end this video. We're off to Italy with the Casino Municipale. These chips are obviously from Venice. Now off to Spain, we have some chips from the Casino Torrecobrada. And a chip from the Casino Nueva Andalucia Marbella. And a chip from the Casino Torrequebrada. And now off to London, England. Here's a chip from the Ritz in London. Another Ritz Casino chip. The Rendezvous Casino Club chip. Sexy. If I put the Rendezvous chip next to the Playboy Atlantic City chip, who knows what would happen. I believe the biological term is jackpot. And here we have a chip from the Palm Beach Club. No, not Florida. Again, Florida doesn't have casinos, silly. This one's the Palm Beach Club from London. And so is this one. Here's a chip from London's International Sporting Club. And same casino, just a different kind of chip. And as we get near the end, of course, all of these casinos have cards that are issued to you, but I can't show you them because they have my, well, real name. But when you're in England, they give you these folios that you can keep your cards in, and I'm just going to show you what they look like without really giving too much personal information. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please like, comment, ask some questions, and most importantly, subscribe by clicking on the button on the left. You can visit all of my New York videos by clicking on the top right, or check out my videos on other favorite places to visit by clicking on the bottom right. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you around the city.